Welcome Year 10, welcome to Industrial Technology Timber. As you know, Mr. Layton, I'm just going to quickly take the roll. Alright, thank you. And I'm just going to ask we all just keep our laptops closed for a moment. So I'm going to start, as you can see, today's lesson, we've got 4 topics. We've got our double diamond approach, which I'll cover shortly. We've got a creativity card game. We're going to do some thumbnail sketching. I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll let you guys work on your own for your projects. So today we'll start with our double diamond approach. So this design approach, it's slightly different to the ones you've been doing from Year 7 to this stage in time. Your usual one that you've been covering in Year 7 onwards, it's been very much a simple situation brief that you're given. You research your situation, you go on to do a bit of prototyping and design thinking, you do some evaluation, and it's a cyclical cycle that goes on. So class, with the double diamond approach, you started off with the discover last week. So with the discover, you're given a situation as is outlined in our project proposal, which can be found on the home screen of our learning management system. So on the home screen, we're given our little situation. Last week with Miss Ewings, we did some research. So that research was the first stage of your design approach. Now this define section, we're going to slightly glance over just because you guys have already been given a whole heap of limitations and a whole situation provided to you. In future years, this section will be a lot more in-depth and we'll cover that later. Today, we'll be covering the develop, your ideation stage. So today, it's all about creative thinking, it's about idea generation, it's about coming up with unique and interesting solutions that are all about brainstorming ways that we can solve the information that we learned about in this first stage of the design process. Next week, next lesson, apologies, you'll be with Mr. Roth, and you guys will be refining your ideas. You'll be taking those ideas you generate in today's lesson, and you're going to be refining them down into a final design. That final design is what we call a deliver, where we're delivering a specific solution to the situation that we were given. From there, we'll begin our workshop and we'll begin creating those designs. Alright, so class, our next activity is going to be the creative card game. So on our webpage here, there are some instructions that you can download. There's also a digital PDF of the cards themselves if you ever wanted to make a copy for yourself. However, there's 16 of you guys here, 4 per table, and I've got a deck on each table for you. Feel free to start taking the instructions. It's a big A3 piece of paper out of each box, and you guys can start reading over that. But essentially, I'll start explaining the game to you now. It's much like Pictionary. Who here's played Pictionary? Yep, most of you guys, that's good. So with Pictionary and the creative card game today, the whole idea is to be able to convey ideas to others. To be able to convey ideas and to think creatively, what we're going to do is you guys are given 2 sets of cards that you're each going to pick up, and with those sets of cards, one of them is a product card, another is what we call a scamper card. Now scamper is a design creativity theory, a strategy in fact, and so scamper is used to induce, it's called a synectic theory, and it's using triggers and prompts to get you guys thinking about ways to redesign and innovate differently. So you've got your substitute, you've got your combine, you've got your, you've got a whole heap of different ones. And in fact, as you can see, if you start pulling the cards out, you can, as you do, put them in order, S, C, A, N, P, E, R. They're each different types of topics, and each are different ways of reinventing, reimagining, and rethinking of how we can change this product. So you'll pick your 2 cards, you'll get a scamper card, you'll get a product card. Everyone will be drawing at the same time. You've got a 3-minute timer, someone's going to flip the timer, and everyone's got 3 minutes to draw a redesigned and innovative product using those 2 cards you're given. At the end of the 3-minute timer, you guys are going to start guessing There's some rules on how we go about guessing to make it a little bit more competitive and fun for you guys. So I'd recommend reading that just quickly. But you guys are going to start guessing each other's products. You're also going to try and guess the scamper technique. So that will rely on a little bit of knowledge. You're each gonna get a player's card in front of you so that you guys can see the list of scamper techniques and what they each mean. So I'm not expecting you guys to know it off the top of your head yet. But it is one that I do recommend in your own time researching, looking at, and having a think. So you guys later today will also be doing your own sketches. Maybe try and incorporate scamper into those sketches. For now though, if you guys want to start unpacking the cards, making them into 2 piles each, and we'll get started on the game. I'll come around, you guys are going to have 15 minutes. I'll make sure everyone's got some paper and a pen, and 15 minutes to start playing. Alright students, I'm glad you've all enjoyed that game. I'm going to ask we slowly start packing those cards back up. Yeah, Johnny, you're going to need to stop playing now, I know you're into it. But yes, if we can start packing all those cards back up, if we can fold it up nice and neat. Now, with those drawings, I'm going to need you guys to hold on to them. As I said before, those are going to go into your portfolio. So if we can keep a hold of those drawings, they're going to be used in your portfolio. And I don't want any of you guys having to backtrack and recreate those drawings by losing them. So even by the end of today's lesson, we're going to do some more drawings. They're also going to go into your folio. So if we can make sure that we keep these, take some photos if you have to now, but I'm going to need that those drawings are documented. Alright, so our next section for today is going to be some thumbnail sketches. So I'm sure you guys may have covered this in previous years, but I'll go over it once more. So thumbnail sketches, they're deliberately unrefined. They're fast, they're short, they're easy, and they're quick. So the point of thumbnail sketching is to have idea generation. We want ideas to be able to be quickly communicated from your head onto paper, don't have to be refined, and it's why they're deliberately small, it's why they're done in pen, and it's why they're done with no rubbers, no rulers, no drawing aids, just because they want to be all about getting ideas from your head to paper, no refinement. So, as I said, refinement's going to be Jordan's lesson next week, Mr. Roth, lesson next week. So until then, today's lesson is just thinking creatively, pardon me. So you'll each should have some paper on your table. Has everyone got some paper? Yep, fantastic. And you've each got some pens as well, otherwise I've got some spare pens at the front. Yep, great, perfect. So guys, what I'm going to get you to do is, with your piece of paper, we're going to fold it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect, just one fold in half. We're going to go again. Perfect. Good job, guys. And one last time, we're going once more. Alright. So if we unfold this now, you should all, perfect, have 8 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We all got 8 tiles? Great. So guys, here's one I quickly did up at the start of class, just to show you a bit of context as to the type of drawings we expect. They don't have to be detailed. This took me about 2 minutes before class today. I'll pass it around so you can all see. We've also got on our Leo page just some further examples of thumbnail sketches, just so you guys can understand they don't have to be detailed. There shouldn't be refinement, you shouldn't be overthinking it. We just want to think creatively here. So I'll pass this down. There's no such thing as a bad drawing because we're just trying to get ideas down. Alright guys, so I'll let you start doing your drawings now. I'm just going to get up on the board the Padlet that you guys did last week. So here you can see we've got only 6 of you guys have put your drawings in so far. But again, that's alright, we've got 6, it's a good starting point. So if we can just use those as inspiration, you've got your drawings from the creative card game and the creative card game techniques. So you've got that for inspiration as well. And it's all about thinking creativity. We want individual ideas, we want out-of-the-box thinking. Nothing's too far-fetched in today's lesson. Next lesson we'll start dialing down some ideas, seeing if it's achievable, but for today I only want creative thinking, as big, as small, as wacky as we can get it. Let's get some cool funky ideas floating around. Let's try keep them individual and unique. So guys, you can go ahead, I'll come around and check on you each.
Nice.
Alright, year 10s, thank you. Just going to bring your attention back to the front, please. So there's only a couple of minutes left in today's lesson, so I'm going to need that we stop drawing, we start packing up, and anyone that hasn't done all 8 yet, you're going to have to finish them as homework. Now these thumbnail sketches are going to be an important resource used in next lesson, tomorrow, Friday, with Mr. Roth for refinement. So you guys need to make sure that you bring these drawings. You're going to need to make sure that they're all finished, okay? Now, I'm also going to ask that we document these drawings. So if you guys have your phones, you guys have a couple minutes now just to quickly take your phones out and take some photos of these drawings. For anyone that has a scanning app, I know some of you have maybe used one before, Adobe Scan, Genius Scan, there's lots of different scanning apps. They're a great way to get a clearer image and look a lot better in a folio. Don't have to do that now, you can do that in your own time, but with just a minute to go, guys, we're going to have to all get packed up now. So again, remember, please finish those drawings and bring it next week, and I'll let you guys pack up and wait silently until the bell goes.